If you're over 60, one sweet, juicy habit could quietly raise your risk of a stroke overnight. No warning, no pain, no symptoms. You go to bed feeling fine. By morning, your words won't come, your balance is gone, or one side of your body won't move. As a neurologist, I've seen too many older adults blindsided, not by smoking or fast food, but by something they believed was healthy, fruit. Yes, fruit. Many fruits support healthy aging, but some, eaten at the wrong time or in the wrong amounts, or combined with the wrong medications, can spike blood sugar, dehydrate the brain, or subtly disrupt clotting. And no one tells you. Today I'll walk you through 9 common fruits that can raise the risk of stroke, memory loss, or even a brain bleed, especially after 60. If you've ever wondered whether your healthy habits could backfire, this might save your life. Before we dive in, please subscribe and turn on the bell for Brain Smart tips made for you. If this helps, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so I can improve. 1. Bananas. Too much potassium, too fast. Bananas are marketed as perfect. Soft, easy to digest, full of potassium, even heart healthy. That can be true in your 30s or 40s. After 60, your kidneys naturally slow, especially with high blood pressure, diabetes, or if you take ACE inhibitors or diuretics. Potassium can build up in the bloodstream, the heart can misfire, vessels can tighten, and clots can form where blood should flow freely. Exactly what we don't want in the brain. Mr. Raymond, 66, a retired carpenter, started each day with oatmeal, a sliced banana, and his blood pressure pill, washed down with orange juice. One morning, his wife found him on the floor, left side weak and speech slurred. Imaging showed a small stroke. Labs revealed high potassium, interfering with heart rhythm and promoting clot formation. 2 simple bananas a day, plus medication, had quietly tipped him into danger. What to do? If you're over 60, especially on heart or blood pressure meds, limit to 1/2 banana in the morning and pair with protein like Greek yogurt or nuts. Skip banana smoothies, banana bread, and bananas before bed. And ask your doctor about potassium-rich foods with your prescriptions. If bananas surprised you, wait for grapes, tiny sweets that can inflame blood vessels and spike blood sugar in seconds. If you're still with me, comment 1 so I know you're here. 2. Grapes. Sugar bomb in a tiny package. Grapes feel innocent, but a handful, especially extra sweet seedless varieties, can deliver a surge of glucose and fructose as you age, and insulin responses slow. Rapid spikes inflame the lining of arteries, including those that feed your brain. Inflamed vessels stiffen and narrow. Microscopic tears form. That's where clots begin, often without you feeling a thing. Mrs. Jeanette Morris, 80, loved her mid-morning bowl of red grapes, sometimes nearly 2 cups. One day her vision blurred while writing a card. Her hand trembled and words wouldn't come. At the ER, she'd had a TIA, a mini stroke. Labs showed sharp midday sugar spikes, a creeping A1C, and low-grade vascular inflammation. Years of high-sugar fruit without protein or fiber had quietly stacked the deck. What to do? Never eat grapes alone or by the bowlful. Keep to a small handful and pair with almonds or cheese. Eat them during active hours so your body can burn the sugar. If you're diabetic or on blood pressure meds, skip them unless your doctor okays it. 3. Pineapple. Acid plus sugar plus enzyme. Problem pineapple tastes like sunshine, and many seniors eat it after dinner, believing it's light and good for digestion. But pineapple contains bromelain, a protein-digesting enzyme that can interfere with platelets and clotting when taken in excess or mixed with certain meds. Add a high glycemic sugar load, and when eaten late, that sugar circulates while you sleep, stressing vessels. Pineapple is also highly acidic and can trigger silent reflux at night, altering airway pressure and oxygen levels tied to early morning strokes. Mrs. Clara Hughes, 77, swapped dessert for pineapple slices every night. She woke one morning foggy and off balance with slurred speech. A small posterior circulation stroke showed on imaging. Labs pointed to nighttime reflux irritation, elevated glucose, and platelet irregularities. Acid plus sugar plus bromelain at the worst time, before bed. What to do? Enjoy small amounts earlier in the day, never on an empty stomach, and avoid near blood-thinning meds unless your doctor approves. Most importantly, no pineapple before bed. 4. Watermelon. not always hydrating. Watermelon is beloved in summer, and yes, it's full of water, but it can act like a diuretic, making you urinate more. At 25, that's fine. At 75, with delicate circulation or on water pills, you can slip into overnight dehydration, thickening the blood, slowing flow, and giving clots time to form, especially at night when blood pressure naturally dips. Mr. Howard Larkin, 82, ate 2 or 3 large slices after dinner to hydrate. He was also on a diuretic. Between the medication and watermelon's fluid pulling effect, he lost too much fluid overnight. He awoke with severe vertigo and collapsed. A small ischemic stroke was found. Labs showed concentrated blood, classic dehydration physiology. What to do? Eat watermelon earlier and pair with electrolytes, a pinch of salt or coconut water. If you take diuretics, ask your doctor before making it a daily habit. Morning dizziness, dry mouth, confusion, those are warnings. 5. Oranges. Citrus medication. Collisions. Oranges feel like health. Juice at breakfast, slices on the table, but beyond sugar, citrus contains furanocoumarins, which can block the liver enzymes that metabolize statins, calcium channel blockers, and blood thinners. That can raise drug levels to toxic ranges or clear them too fast, leaving you unprotected. Unstable drug levels mean unstable blood behavior. Vessels constrict, clotting shifts, and stroke risk rises. Mr. Elmer Bryant, 79, took atorvastatin and amlodipine. He started his day with a tall glass of fresh orange juice, his sunshine. The furanocoumarins blocked his liver from clearing those meds. Drug levels climbed, he felt lightheaded and then collapsed with slurred speech. A mild ischemic stroke showed on imaging. Labs confirmed elevated drug levels without any dosing error. What to do? Grapefruit, Seville oranges, and even regular navels can be risky with certain prescriptions. If you like citrus, keep portions small, prefer clementines, or add just a splash of juice to water. Always ask your doctor about citrus with your meds. 6. Apples. The surprise sugar trap. An apple a day is a lovely slogan, but not all apples are equal. Popular varieties like Honeycrisp, Fuji, and Gala are bred for sweetness. Higher glycemic load means faster spikes, especially if eaten alone. Spike and crash patterns thicken blood, tighten vessels, and inflame the lining. Micro tears form, and your body patches them with clots, a problem in older, stiffer arteries. Mrs. Louise Hammond, 81, ate a large Honeycrisp every afternoon. She was insulin resistant. One evening, her speech suddenly garbled. A minor stroke was found. Labs showed unstable glucose and endothelial inflammation, exactly what daily sugar surges can provoke. What to do? Choose Granny Smith for lower sugar and more polyphenols. Pair with protein or fat, almond butter or a slice of cheese, and avoid sweet apples on an empty stomach or at night. 7. Cherries, hidden salicylates. Cherries are praised for inflammation relief, but they contain salicylates, natural blood thinners similar to aspirin. If you already take warfarin, clopidogrel, or daily aspirin, adding lots of cherries can tip blood too thin. Fragile vessels can leak, risking a hemorrhagic stroke. Mr. Daniel Rhodes, 84, on low-dose aspirin after a heart attack, ate a small bowl of cherries nightly. Weeks later, he developed headaches, dizziness, and nausea, then woke confused and vomiting. A CT scan showed a brain bleed. Doses were correct, vitals were stable. The compounded thinning effect, cherries plus medication, likely pushed him over the edge. What to do? A few cherries occasionally may be fine. Avoid concentrates, juice, and large daily portions if you're on clot-affecting meds, and talk to your doctor before making cherries a habit. 8. Strawberries, pesticides, mold, and gout triggers. Strawberries look like health, but they routinely top the dirty dozen for pesticide residues, even after washing. Aging detox pathways clear toxins slower. Residues can accumulate in tissues, including the brain. Many pesticides are neurotoxic, raising oxidative stress and weakening small vessels, especially in white matter, raising risks for mini strokes and cognitive decline. Strawberries also contain purines, which convert uric acid, troublesome in gout, kidney disease, and vascular inflammation. Mrs. Elaine Carter, 80, loves strawberries fresh and frozen. She had mild hypertension, took a water pill, and had intermittent joint pain. Over time, she noticed morning dizziness and swelling. One day, she woke with hand numbness and slurred speech. Imaging showed a minor ischemic stroke. Labs showed elevated uric acid, oxidative stress, and low-grade inflammation, consistent with long-term exposure and purine load. What to do? Buy organic, wash thoroughly, and don't eat them daily. Don't rely on strawberries as your main antioxidant source. If you have gout, kidney issues, or take blood pressure meds, check with your doctor first. Be cautious with frozen pre-made smoothies. If you're still watching and this is useful, drop a 1 in the comments to let me know you're here. 9. Mango, sugar spikes and medication interference. Mango feels like a treat, but it's among the highest sugar fruits, rapidly absorbed. Spikes trigger inflammation, arteries tighten, circulation slows. Tiny cracks can form in delicate brain vessels, and the body patches with clots, prime stroke starters. Mango also contains compounds, including mangiferin, that can slow cytochrome P450 liver enzymes, the system that clears many prescriptions. Slow clearance means drug buildup, side effects, and unstable pressures or rhythms. Mr. William Booker, 83, retired firefighter, swapped cookies for dried mango every afternoon. He took meds for high blood pressure and atrial fibrillation. Weeks later, he was lightheaded in the mornings, then collapsed, getting out of bed with a slight facial droop. A minor ischemic stroke was found. His medication levels were elevated despite correct dosing. The dried mango's sugar hits plus slowed drug metabolism had created a perfect storm. What to do? If you must, keep mango to a few bites, daytime only with protein or fat, and never before bed. On heart, cholesterol, or blood pressure meds, ask your doctor first, protecting your brain. Without fear, you may feel confused or even betrayed. Fruit is supposed to be nature's medicine. The truth, after 60, is more nuanced. Kidneys filter slower, the liver clears meds less efficiently, vessels get more fragile, the brain becomes more sensitive to swings in pressure, sugar, and clotting. That makes timing and pairing just as important as what you eat. The well-meant routines, a banana with meds, a bowl of grapes as a snack, pineapple after dinner, a tall glass of orange juice, are so ordinary they don't raise suspicion. But under the surface, they can stiffen arteries, inflame vessels, thin blood too much or too little, and set up clots that cut off oxygen to the brain. I've seen people wake up fine and end the day in intensive care because of a clot the size of a grain of rice. Here's the good news. Not all fruit is risky. Chosen wisely and eaten smartly, some fruits are your allies. Berries, blueberries, raspberries, blackberries, low sugar, high polyphenols. They protect vessels and calm inflammation without spiking blood sugar. Green apples, Granny Smith, lower glycemic impact, brain protective flavonoids, pair with cheese or nut butter for steady energy. Avocados, yes, a fruit, healthy fats that support blood pressure and nerve function, potassium that absorbs slowly. Lemons and limes use as flavor boosters, support digestion without sugar or most drug interactions. A squeeze in water hydrates gently. Pomegranate, helpful in small amounts. If you love the juice, water it down and keep it to a few ounces, especially if you're on heart or blood pressure meds. Rules of thumb. Eat fruit earlier in the day, never on an empty stomach. Always pair with protein or healthy fat. Avoid fruit before bed when circulation dips and vessels are most vulnerable. And always ask your doctor about food-med interactions. This isn't about fear, it's about respect for your age and physiology. You're not fragile, but you are different. Use the wisdom you've earned. Don't let a simple habit become a silent thief of your independence. Now I'd love to hear from you. Share one thing you learned and how you'll apply it. If this helped, comment 1. If not, comment 0 so I can improve. Please like, share, and subscribe for more Brain Smart content. Thank you for watching. Here's to living on your terms.